Your screen. Okay, hi guys. I did something different in the simulation that I wanted to see if you guys liked in your free time. I can issue assignments, and it's basically just additional resources that you can look at. So I kind of just put these two are articles, and it just talks about getting trading ideas. So if you don't know really what company to pick, you can look at the article and kind of read about it. There's also an article that talks about building a diverse portfolio. And so we talked about that a little bit of the different industries. And then there's also just a little Spark Notes of what stocks are video. So if you guys want to look at it between now and the next couple of weeks and tell me if you guys like it, because I can show you guys there's a ton of them. This is all that we have. And I just picked 3 that I thought were important. But it has really specific ones like budgeting, mutual funds, and that type of thing, which I think would be really good. So we'll see if you guys like those. Then next week we're having Greg Hoffman come and speak. And I was going to ask you guys if you had any questions that you wanted to ask him that I could send him beforehand. Does anybody have anything? Yeah, he's talking about mutual funds, kind of what they are, and then just kind of general investing tips. And then he's also going to talk about retirement accounts and the benefits of getting one or the over the other, the tax implications for it and that type of thing. But if you guys have any specific questions that you want him to answer or bring up, I can email it to him. Yeah.
So you have any budget tips?
Yeah.
You get into budget tips.
Okay. I can also, I'm going to email this out to the rest of campus so they can add anything to it. And I'll probably do that Tuesday or Wednesday. So any other questions we want to ask him? Okay, we can come back to it at the end. If you guys think of anything else while we talk. Yeah, so there should be on the stock track simulation, there should be a section for it. Does somebody have it pulled up? I can tell you where it is on the.
Mine doesn't show it.
So if you guys go to dashboard and the little down arrow, there should be an assignments tab, and it should have them. They're really quick reads, super short articles, and then videos 3 minutes. But if you guys like that format or you want to know more about a specific topic, I can assign it to the profiles. Does anyone want me to look for a certain topic for more resources on? Would it help if you guys kind of saw what they have? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. We can do that real quick. So this beginning chunk is just the basic information we've been going through, and then it goes into Can you guys see that okay, or do you need it bigger? Let's make it bigger. Is that better or,
Yes.
or more? That's fine, okay. So there's like EFTs, mutual funds. Would it help if I gave you guys like the articles and the videos before Greg came and talked? Yeah, it is. This will probably be more like technical than probably what he would say would be my guess. I can just go ahead and make them accessible. Do any of these stand out that you would want to read or look at?
Probably the balance sheet.
The balance sheet, yeah. I'll go ahead and add the income statement. Sorry, I'm scrolling so fast. There's investing strategies, but that's 23 minutes. But we'll yeah, yeah. Go up more. Okay.
Choose and compare stocks.
Okay. Scroll. These are like videos. Any of these guys? And you don't have to do the quizzes or anything. Yeah. Yeah. These are more budgeting. Okay.
Probably.
Would you prefer articles or videos for budgeting?
Probably videos.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see what we got.
Oh, can we do building though?
Is at the top? Yeah. Let's add that. Let's add spending and savings plans too. Anything about credit or student loans?
Yes.
Student loans, okay. Like credit cards?
Yeah.
Good debt, bad debt, we'll go ahead and do. Any of the other ones on this list?
Probably using credit.
Okay. We have managing debt, credit reports. Any of these? Yeah, okay. Any of them specifically?
Maybe managing debt and managing credit.
Okay. Oh, thank you. They have a lot of these. Let's just start with those ones. And then if you guys like this, we can definitely give more out. Okay, so I'm just gonna group decided assignments. You guys should be able to see it now. And it's gonna say they're required, but they are not required. They just treat it like you're using it for a class. So we can see if you guys like those. And then now we'll get to the fun stuff. Let's look at our Tesla stock real quick here. So in the day change, it's gone down 0.11. And the last price it was trading at was $222. And we paid $286 for it. So it's gone down a bit since we bought it. Did anybody have a chance to make any investments over this week? Yeah.
I invested into Starbucks.
Into Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the process like for you doing that? Like, how did you decide on them?
Well, I like Starbucks, but I miss Starbucks.
Yeah.
But, I looked them up. I heard that they're like one of the most ethical businesses out there, apparently.
Mhm.
Um, I just went with that.
Yeah. Did you look at any of the like analyst ratings or the financial information or just like the news?
Mostly the news.
Mostly the news, yeah. How much did you invest in it?
I invested 11.
Oh, yeah.
11, and it was around. I'd say like around 1,000.
Oh, that's pretty good. Has it gone up or down since you've
It
Got it.
was up, but then, yeah, now that the market's closed, it's going down.
Yeah. Yeah. Did anybody else have a chance to make any investments?
I
Dharma.
don't know how to read any of it, but I did it.
Okay. What'd you do?
So like the last time we were in here, I started like Googling like ethical stock and
Yeah.
just looking at which ones I wanted to get.
Mhm,
So I had invested in a few of them,
mhm.
and I see green and red. So
Green's good, red can be sometimes. So what's an example of one of the companies? And if you guys want to see what companies you invested in, if you go to the portfolio simulation and the down arrow, it's under open positions.
so one of them, their symbol is GILV.
Oh wow, GILV.
Yes. It's that person.
Okay. So they're a science company? Okay, let's see.
Health technology.
Health technology. Huh. Let's see. I wanted to see the profile. There we go. So they develop market therapies to treat life-threatening infectious diseases. I like looking at like the details under, this is all under the company profile. It'll give you a brief little description and their website. I think it's kind of cool to look at the company's websites. And I have made decisions based off of websites before, if it's a good website or a bad website. I also did it with colleges. If the college had a horrible website, I didn't even apply. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and this one has a lot of, it looks like community and diversity, which is good. They have the company news. I think the websites are fairly important, and the simulation doesn't really like tell you that you should look at the websites, but I think it can tell you a lot about a company. And let's go back here. Let's look at the analyst ratings. 5 say it's a strong buy, and then 10 say hold. Which I mean, it changes every day based off of the market. But did you do just like news research before buying it, or did you? No, you just went for it. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Okay.
Can you explain, just like once you like go to open position, can you explain
Yeah.
how to like what each of these things mean and like how to know if it's doing good or not?
Yeah, I can do that. So right here is just like, there we go. That actually helps. So there's a little like eye arrow next to the symbol for your open positions. And it just gives you more information. So we'll start up here and work our way across. So it just has the quantity, and the price paid is what you bought it at. And the last price is the price it was when the market closed for the day. So like for Tesla, it was the $222. The day change is how much it's gone up or down with like the market. So if it's red, it's negative, so your value has gone down. If it's green, it's gone up.
The value of each stock.
Yes, yeah. If this is just a little bit down, if it's like probably like if it's greater than like 5, I get like I watch it a little closer. But really like anything that's around like 1% or less, I don't view as a huge big deal. This is how much we have lost total on it since we invested. So we lost $1,264. I'm not sure. And then this is just this number in a percentage. So like what Dharma said, like she saw green and red. So like green is good, like go, and red's like, ah. So it just kind of depends how much. And so kind of one of the like investing strategies is like you sell when you're doing really, really good, so you make a profit, and then you don't really want to sell when you're bad and red. And that kind of, people have different philosophies on that. Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's red, it's horrible, it's just going to get worse, and they sell. That's one philosophy. Some people just hold it out and hope it goes back up. And there's really no right or wrong there. It's just kind of how comfortable you are with it. Next week, Greg will talk about like risk and how like comfortable you are with risk can determine a lot. Yeah.
Is it possible that you can lose all your money in one of the stocks?
Yeah.
So what happens when that happens?
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Are you wanting like specifically like in the simulation or like real life or both?
In the simulation.
In the simulation, yeah. So if you invested like all of your money into like one company and it went bankrupt, like yes, you could lose all the simulated money. At that point, like, so even like in the simulation and in the stock market, you can't go negative money. So that's one good thing about it. And if that did happen, what we would probably do would like have the person work on the like college's portfolio and then just be a little bit more like guided and supervised with it. But it has not happened yet. Hopefully will not happen, but there is a solution if it does happen. And in the like stock market, like in real life, like, yeah, you can lose all of your money. And that's why like a lot of people don't mess with it, or they don't want to like take the time to do it because they're scared of like losing all of their money. So
Do you invest like in real life?
yeah, so I opened my brokerage account over the summer, and I've invested in one of the subsidiaries of shoot, what was it? Berkshire Hathaway, like not the top tier one because that's crazy, but like the very like lowest one. And I've been meaning to like look and get like more into it. I just have not. So I own like maybe like 10 shares. That's not very much money at all, but I've been wanting to look at like the electric car market more. There's a lot of like, I can show you guys one of the companies. I've been wanting, there's like a electric truck market that's coming out. So Tesla doesn't really do trucks. And so there's kind of an open gap there. So there's like 4 companies that are doing it right now. This is the main one I've been looking at. It's called Rivian. And their website obviously needs some work, but yeah. I was wanting to show pictures of it. Here we go. and they kind of look funky. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
Wally.
yeah, it's, but there's like 4 different companies, and I kind of thought about like taking a stab at a little bit of all of them and just seeing what happens. That's definitely something I want to get more into. Just having the time. Yeah. Did anybody else? Oh wait, no, I forgot about this. This extended part will tell you the name and the industry that it's in. And why does that go away? There we go. So the 52-week high means in the span of 52 weeks, this is the highest price that it's sold for. And so the highest Tesla has been in 52 weeks. Why does that go away? Is $414. And the 52-week low is the lowest it's traded, which is the 206. And so here I don't know why it just disappeared on me. Come on. And then it has some other information that is not liking me currently that Greg is gonna go into, so I'll just wait on those. But some stocks like yield dividends. And so dividends is like you get a check in the mail when they announce their earnings. So like Coca-Cola, they do dividends. So like when you own the stock, they'll give you, if you owned like 200 shares, you may get a check for like $200. And dividends is just a way for like, here, it may be just easier if I pull up the definition, but it's just a way for companies to kind of show their appreciation for stockholders. Yeah, it's just paid out of profits or reserves. But some companies choose not to do that. It just kind of depends. And so when you hit that little arrow, the little eye, if it ever stays for you, you guys can see if they offer dividends. And then Greg will go more into EPS and the PE ratios and stuff. But yeah, so that's how much your stock is currently worth. Yeah. Yep. And then I think you can. Yeah, this is just the charts.
Like all of it that you bought or each one?
For the charts or the
So,
open
like,
positions?
Where it says market value, is that
Yeah.
price for like if you had 10 stock, is that the total price for all 10? Or
Yeah, it's the total price. And so as we like invest in more, like we can see, and even like I think your guys is at the bottom has this, and it tells you how the value and how it's doing. Okay. Do you guys have any questions so far?
A couple weeks ago, you said buying cheap and selling high is like a short term. Wait a minute.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I asked a couple weeks ago, I was like, so if you buy, the goal is to like buy cheap
Mhm.
and then sell when it's high.
Yeah.
And you said that was a short term goal. So what is the long, like how do you make?
Yeah.
this happen? How do you make up?
That's generally like a short-term goal, is what most people do. So there's a concept called blue chip stocks, and they're basically just well-known companies. So like what you would think like Apple, Walt Disney. And so some people are like, okay, in 40 years when I retire, Walt Disney is probably still gonna be a thing and be doing really good. So I'm gonna put $10,000 in Walt Disney, and I'm not going to take it out until I retire. That's like a long-term goal. And what Greg will talk about next Monday is there's a thing called mutual funds. And they're kind of for people that don't want to like watch the stock market every day. They just want to put their money in and leave it alone until they need it. And so a mutual fund is like a bundle of companies. So you get a small percentage of each company with like whatever amount of money that you're wanting to put in. And so one of the most famous ones up here is like the S&P 500. And that's like the top 500 companies like in the United States. And so you get tiny microscopic shares of each. And then you just put your money in and like it typically generally goes up. So when you retire, you would just pull all of your money out of the S&P is what a mutual fund is. And that's another long-term investment. So for people that don't want to like, or don't have the time to like really like look every single day, research and that type of thing, then that's the kind of long-term route.
And you get, so like, if you put $10,000 in, you get $10,000 back, or you get more?
You get more, yeah. So it's the same concept as a stock. So there is like a little bit of risk with it, but like anything you're really doing with stocks or investing is a little bit risky. But the probability of losing all your money in a mutual fund is really, really low. Like not all 500 companies of the S&P are going to go bankrupt. And I can ask Greg, he has this fancy chart thing, and it basically is like Steve is the worst investor possible and he still makes a profit in a mutual fund. And so even if you picked like the worst one possible, you generally will probably still get a return on it. So yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
Do you know why the market's down? Like, a lot of them are red.
Yeah, so these three are mutual funds, and that's like normal day change. If you pay attention to the news, the S&P and the Dow will come up a lot. They'll be like, the Dow's down 200 points. So that just means it's down like $200 compared to the like 10,000 it costs for you to get into it. So that he'll kind of explain next Monday, like how you can measure and watch the market with just mutual funds. And oil and gas are also down, but like all of these numbers aren't like super extreme. Like once they probably get up to like, at least with the mutual funds, probably to like 200 is when you're like, uh-oh, something's happening. And he'll kind of explain more of like what to watch with those. So any other questions? Do we have anything else we want to ask Greg? Okay. And if any of you guys are in business classes, like encourage your professors to be like, hey, like, can I get extra credit for this? That's worth it, in my opinion. Or I think for leadership classes, you could use this for tokens if you guys do that. And then we aren't, I'll pull up the little, can you guys see this calendar okay? So Greg's coming the 17th. And then we're gonna have a meeting talking like reflection of like what we learned, questions, that type of thing. We're not gonna meet on Halloween because none of us want to meet on Halloween. And then the 7th is when the guest speaker to talk about crypto and NFTs is coming in. So that's just kind of a roadmap. If you guys have any questions, you can email me, or if you guys think of any questions for them. But if not, we're done for the night. Thank you, guys. Mm. Having technical difficulties, Dharma. Okay, there we go.